Alright, Shalom. I'm the brother Tasiyat coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akim across this world, who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And may the election be upon your households. God Shalom. Okay, so today I just want to make a video. Not sure what the topic will be yet, but what I did see, was a video of the brother from GMS Micah Allah, if I'm correct, is his name, from GMS Inspiration and Motivation. That is how his channel is called, if I'm correct, on YouTube. And he basically had a video concerning that, Cuba, okay, which the Cubans, okay, are also Israelites, all right. You also have Israelites from the tribe of Manasseh, okay, Manasseh being actually the real name of the Cubans, okay. So basically in that video, you saw that, let me see, inspiration, motivation, that the lights out, so to speak, what happened in Cuba, if you didn't know it yet, all right. The power outage in the whole country was basically, due to these Edomites cutting their power supply off, man, because they like to say that it was due to Cuban their radio towers or the towers for electricity were out of date and they were old as hell. That's why it happened. But meanwhile, these Edomites were behind it, man, because another video that I just saw was concerning that these Cubans, okay, which are from the tribe of Manasseh, were protesting against the small heads, okay, against the 1948ers, against the so-called Jew, ish people that are living in our country right now, which they are not the real inhabitants, they are not the real chosen people of God, okay. We are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. But the Cubans, Manasseh, were basically protesting against them and were on the side of, Palestine. Okay? So that is in itself enough reason for these small heads and this opposition, to mess the people up of that country, man. Okay? And like the brother explained, it's not necessarily only that reason, but it sure as hell, plays a big role in it, man. Okay? They be like behind the scenes, like, okay, how can we mess up Cuba today, I like that ID. Plus, they are also, on the side of Palestine, so we must do this, otherwise it's gonna go further or something, like they have these discussions with each other, like the scripture says, man, woe to them that device iniquity upon their beds. Okay, let me see. What's this? I believe in Micah. Woe, device, iniquity. Yeah, Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. So just because these people have certain power, to practice evil, they do it, man. Okay, they're devising, they're planning sins after sin after sin. They're planning wickedness, basically, and they do it daily, man, on a daily basis. Okay, so going back to here, let me see if I can show y'all a little part of the video from the brother.
Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. Hey, Yabashim Shai Barakathum. All praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Yahushai. But nah, man, these couple of videos that I've been following, because those children will grow up
More than 10 million people in Cuba have spent days without power. So why is it so difficult to get the lights back on here? Well, it goes to the fact that the Cuban government's power plants are ancient. They're like the old cars here. They have been jerry-rigged over the years.
So that was what I was talking about. You know, they're saying like their technology concerning
Cuba have
this is
spent days without power.
their technology is outdated concerning this. You know, which is you know, false. You know, because of course they have a hand in this. You know, the so-called white man behind the scenes messing them up. Okay, now if it's out of date, yeah, well, there could be something wrong with the system, but I don't believe that that is the main case, the main, how do you say, the problem for this thing that occurred, man.
So why is it so difficult to get the lights back on here? Well, it goes to the fact that the Cuban government's power plants are ancient. They're like the old cars here. They have been jerry-rigged over the years. The Cuban government blames that on U.S. economic sanctions, but admits they haven't invested much in them over the years. So when the power went out here last week, it has been all but impossible for the Cuban government to get it back on. And that means their food is beginning to spoil. They are having to sleep outside in the sweltering heat. You don't get water in Cuba when the power is out, and that makes life very uncomfortable here. People are getting angrier and angrier. They're taking to the streets with pots and pans, beating them to call for the government to get the power back on as soon as possible. Cuban officials like Cuba's President Miguel Diaz-Canel says they're doing everything they can, but they're warning protesters not to protest, that they could face lengthy prison sentences.
Okay, so that's one thing, and another thing, you know, another video which the brother posted. I'm gonna play it for you too, man. Then I'll let you decide, you know, what you think is going on over there.
And Esau don't like this. Yo, Manasseh supporting what's going on to the Palestinians. And you know them 1948ers and Esau don't like this.
Estamos no dejando en el olvido el conflicto y la causa palestina que es tan cercana al pueblo cubano.
I don't speak Spanish, but I'm a translator. Thousands of Cubans are here today. Young people, women, children, and elderly. We all rise our voices for Palestine, sovereign Palestine. We have lived through many wars in Gaza, but this time it isn't a war, it's a genocide that televises the world to see. Thousands of Palestinians have studied medicine in Cuba. This is how we support them. And Palestinian students are our brothers. They are our friends and whom we study every day. Yep. You get the gist. You know? Let me lift it up.
La cosa con Palestina no es solamente de Palestina, no es del Medio Oriente, no es un conflicto local, es una cuestión de todo el mundo, es una cuestión de poderosos contra desprotegidos.
La verdad ha sido difícil, mucha preocupación por la familia, por otras familias, por todo el pueblo, pero permanecemos.
So, you know, it just shows you this is a part. I know it's more deeper than to why Esau cut them lights off over there, or whatever it is he's doing. But this definitely is a part of it. This definitely is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Get it? They're gonna blame it on old infrastructure. They're gonna blame it on
flames and car lights. Cubans are used to the power going down, but this nationwide blackout goes a step further into an abyss. The Caribbean's biggest island is in the grip of a perfect storm. The grid here is reliant on oil that is in short supply as demand for power grew. This crisis is worst for the country's poorest residents. In contrast, even in daytime, the lights are on at the Floridita, which has the money for a generator. The bar counts Ernest Hemingway as its most famous patron. Tourism helps power Cuba. But this sector has seen a fall in income and contributed to the country's inability to keep the lights on. Cuba's communist government say their energy crisis is a product of the US trade embargo that has left Cuba cut off from the West.
You see, so an embargo, you know, sanctions, meaning that the US, has basically put a limit, a limitation on what Cuba can do concerning import and export, man. That's crazy, actually, that another country is deciding for you. Another a heathen country is deciding for you what to do. So if people still think that America, is not Babylon, and that America is not ruling this system, this beast system, okay, there's something is wrong with you, man. These so-called white people be ruling, and America is that main harlot, that big whore that everybody is following, okay, and basically they put sanctions in the first place on sorry, they put embargoes in the first place on Cuba. Okay, so now the Cubans are to some form restricted with traffic. In the Dutch we say handel, with traffic with Europe. Okay, on top of that, now their electricity is being cut off. And these sanctions, these embargoes have been going on since, I believe, 1964 or something. America has been doing this with them. So, like I just explained, man, America is that great whore, okay, that sitteth upon many waters, okay. It says here, Revelation chapter 17. Let me see, verse. Let me see here. Yeah, basically in the beginning, man. Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which has the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, and that is America. Okay, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Okay, so all these, a lot of these hedonistic nations and their rulers, are following the ways of America in this beast society. All right, so America is the one holding the strings, man. Also considering the NATO, so-called treaty organization that everybody has their own say concerning laws and whatnot. But really, America is the one that has the last saying. Okay, America has the last say, even though they claim that everybody is so-called equal with voting and whatnot in this thing. Okay, so why I brought it out, just to show you who's ruling the scene, man. Okay, America, okay, being portrayed out there for ruling this beast society. And then you have, of course, the small heads, the fake, the fake chosen people that live in the land of Israel, Yashar Allah today. They are the ones also behind the scenes, busy, okay, with wickedness. So this is the shit that they've been doing, man. Okay, so now these Cubans, Manassah is suffering out there, but still we understand that it's still a judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, of course, and it's His will, man, that this will happen, because we are in those times, and we're heading in those times that it will get more serious out here, man. Okay, a power outage is crazy, man, because you don't have no light, no warmth, no electricity, no Wi-Fi connection when the electricity isn't working. But right now it's just the lights, but before you know it, the electricity, concerning the Wi-Fi and everything is gonna go down. Then it's gonna be even worse, man. Okay, then it's gonna be even worse. All right, so let me show this clip one more time, and then I'm gonna close it off.
They're like the old cars here, days without power. So why is it so difficult to get the lights back on here? Well, it goes to the fact that the Cuban government's power plants are ancient. More than 10 million people in Cuba have spent days without power. So why is it so difficult to get the lights? Economic sanctions but admits they haven't invested much in them over the years. So when the power went out here last week, it has been all but impossible for the Cuban government to get it back on. And that means their food is beginning to spoil, and they are having to sleep outside in the sweltering heat. You don't get water in Cuba when the power is out, and that makes life very uncomfortable here.
That's crazy, man. So sorry, I said it wrong. You know, their power went out. You know, so they did have loss of communication. You could say also, man. Okay, because when the power goes off, there's no internet. But like I saw in the other video, it wasn't constantly that the power was off. You know, you had moments that it was on, but it's just throughout the weeks it was terrible, man. You know, went on off. So, hey, man, you know, it's gonna get worse and worse than this, okay? But this was just to show you, for those that only knew about the power outage, to show that there's even more behind it. You know, that these demons, these white people are most likely behind it. You know, concerning the protest that the Cubans had against the small heads. You know, because the Cubans are on the side of Palestine. So you might best believe that they call them now anti-Sem. You know what? Okay, and they put this a thing upon their country. So anyway, I hope it was edifying, and with that I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, and I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akim across this world, who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity, and may the election be upon your households. God Shalom.